What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Scott Procter alongside my guy Matt Morris, and we're back with another episode of Simple Question, but this time we'll be doing something a little bit different. I'll be unveiling something brand new for the very first time. It's called Proctors Pantheon. I'm going to be unveiling the top 15 players in the NBA, tier style, according to me, Scott Procter. I got my guy Matt Morris right here. He's going to critique me a little bit.
I haven't seen the list yet.
He has not seen the list. It's going to be a blind reveal for him.
Very exciting.
Got about 6 tiers here, going from number 15 up the way to the top. We're just going to start. We're going to start. All these tiers have names, so we'll start with the first tier here. It's called the hurt. We got a couple guys who were hurt this past season, missed the majority, if not all this season. That'd be Damian Lillard and Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, two just electric players. Kawhi Leonard has been to the top of the mountain. Damian Lillard has consistently been one of the best guards since he's been in the league. And the third guy on this tier, who isn't hurt right now per se, but he's always hurt, and that's Anthony Davis. Again, there's no denying his talent, the top 15 talent, but his prowess for getting injured, hurts his stock on this list.
Davis.
This is the first tier. I know you love that nickname. This is the first tier. It's called the hurt tier. We got Damian Lillard, Kawhi Leonard, and Anthony Davis. Move on to the next tier here. Moving up, we got a couple guys who have played in NBA Finals. I'm calling this tier the vets tier. 2 guys, Jimmy Butler, now playing in the Eastern Conference Finals for the second time in 3 years, and Kyrie Irving, a former NBA champion, arguably one of the most skilled guards to ever play. These are top 12 players in the NBA. However you look at it, this is the vets tier. And we'll move on to the next one. We got the future. The future, simple. Another 2-guy tier. Only 2 guys in this one. Devin Booker, Ja Morant, arguably the future faces of the league if you don't already look at them as that. Devin Booker has been to the NBA Finals. Who knows if Ja Morant would have been able to propel the Grizzlies to that this season before his injury. But nonetheless, two legitimate superstars of the NBA, still very young and in their prime. That's the future tier. Let's move on to the next one. The OGs. We got to go with the OGs. We got 3 guys in this one. The real OGs, 30 plus. LeBron. Nothing to be said. The GOAT. LeBron, we got Kevin Durant as well, and Steph Curry as well. 3 guys who are arguably top 15 players in NBA history. Got to put the OGs in their category. Even if, LeBron didn't make the playoffs, Kevin Durant didn't make it out the first round, these guys deserve the respect.
Absolutely.
Near the top 5 to 7 in the NBA. Let's move on to the next tier, though. The bigs. Joel Embiid and Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic, the back-to-back MVP, whether you agree with that or not. Joel Embiid, who arguably could have won back-to-back MVPs. 2 dominant bigs who are arguably the second best player in the NBA, depending on who you ask. These guys deserve their own tier, their own category, as they are just simply dominant. That's the bigs category. Move on to the top tier of Proctors Pantheon. We got 3 dudes. Giannis Antetokounmpo, my guy Luka Doncic, the Slovenian demon. I just made that up.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
I might have to patent that. And we got Jason Tatum, probably the most questionable name on this list, but Jason Tatum is beating now in back-to-back series Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo, 2 guys who are on this Proctors Pantheon. So Jason Tatum has arrived. This is a legitimate superstar, somebody who could possibly lead the Boston Celtics to the NBA Finals, maybe NBA Finals wins. So that's the Proctors Pantheon. This is the top of my tiers. Luka, Giannis, Tatum. Matt, what you got for me? You have any problems?
Right.
What'd you see?
One where I think it's a little interesting is probably the recency bias, but I would definitely look at Jimmy Butler and maybe move him up ahead of Booker. I get that you went with the future.
Sure.
And absolutely Ja looks good, but Booker's been in the league for a little while now.
He sure has.
Ja is young. This is his 3rd or 4th year, I believe. But Booker's been in the league for a minute.
That's fair.
He's made it to a finals.
That's fair.
And, you got to look at it. You look at what he did in a Game 7, like clutch moments. Jimmy showed up, and Jimmy has been showing up. He carried the Heat through the bubble to the finals.
Yep.
He's doing it once again, and they were the top team in the East, just like the Suns were the top team in the West.
That's fair.
I got to say, let's give Jimmy Butler the respect he deserves at this point.
That's fair.
Other than that, I think that the hurt one is hilarious. I absolutely love that.
Because you got to give those guys, again, we haven't seen Damian Lillard, we haven't seen Kawhi Leonard play a meaningful basketball game in a long time, to be completely honest. But those two, again, their talent speaks for themselves. They have to be in a top 15, top 20 conversation no matter their injury status. And yeah, obviously Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, we know what his talent is, but
Thank you for using that. I got to coin that phrase as well.
You put me onto it.
Listen, it is not a bad list overall.
What do you think about the top? Is it fair to put Tatum in the same tier?
Honestly,
as Giannis and
I
Luka?
think Tatum is definitely an interesting one. Some people I feel have thought that he needed to prove himself even more, where I kind of already thought he had proven himself like to the point where you knew he was a superstar. But absolutely, I look at Game 6 of the Boston-Milwaukee series. Giannis is having one of those special games that you talk about when you look back at a career and you're like, he's going to just will the Milwaukee Bucks to win this and finish it up.
Yeah.
And Tatum was just like, no, I'll match you. And basically,
he's doing
then
it on
the
both
rest,
ends too.
Yeah.
He's doing it on both ends, and that's really
that was
why I
the
think he
defense
deserves
in the
here.
first round against Brooklyn, and then the offense in the Milwaukee series,
Yeah.
especially Game 6. Absolutely unbelievable. And then Luka, I mean, all he needed was a little bit of help after going, 7 against the Clippers the last 2 times. You got to do that. I will say some interesting guys off of the list. I feel like Paul George has really shown himself over the last few years.
Had consideration.
And what he was able to do. I think he needs to be up there because he's kind of controlled with Kawhi out. I mean, you talk about hurt. Kawhi's been hurt, and Paul George has carried that slack. Maybe not as much this year, but I mean, if he doesn't get COVID, they win that play-in game and they're in the playoffs, and then who knows what happens. And then I think even your guy DeMar DeRozan, I think he deserves a little bit of credit because I think as much as people forgot about him in San Antonio, and that was a bad time, he was dominant in Toronto, and he came back and he was dominant this year for the Bulls, and a guy that can go get you points. So I think that's another name that you got to have up there. Other than those, I mean, the top 3 is what everybody cares about, and it is Luka, Giannis, and Tatum, in my opinion, as of right now.
I love that you brought up DeRozan again. He had an all-NBA caliber season this year, dropped 40-plus points in a playoff win on the road. Anthony Edwards also had some consideration for this list. Trae Young, Ice Trae also had some consideration for this list. Couple guys, we left out, but this is Proctors Pantheon. I think I did all right. What do you think? Overall, I think I did all right.
You know what? Throw Clay into that hurt area because
I could.
And I think you're absolutely right. I think this is pretty close. I mean, it's also the NBA, so somebody's in the comments is going to be. It's not only that, but the comments are going to be great for this one. So please let us know what you thought of my critiques and Scott's pantheon of the top 15 NBA players.
You heard the man. Hit us in the comments. Let us know what you think of Proctor's Pantheon, what I got right, what I got wrong. But I think this was fun. For a pretty fun episode of Simple Question for Scott Proctor. My guy, Matt Morris, right here. We'll see you on tomorrow's episode. Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos, and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.